Hello, I'm Jane Birmingham from St. Mary in Riverside. Today's reading is about faith and healing and an awareness in the community that a great presence was working among them. Today's reading is the Gospel from Matthew. While Jesus was speaking, an official came forward, knelt down before him and said, "My daughter has just died, but come, lay your hand on her and she will live." Jesus rose and followed him, and so did his disciples. A woman suffering hemorrhages for 12 years came up behind him and touched the tassel on his cloak. She said to herself, "If only I can touch his cloak, I shall be cured." Jesus turned around and saw her and said, "Courage, daughter, your faith has saved you." And from that hour the woman was cured. When Jesus arrived at the official's house and saw the flute players in the crowd who were making a commotion, he said, "Go away. The girl is not dead but sleeping." And they ridiculed him. When the crowd was put out, he came and took her by the hand, and the little girl arose. And news of this spread throughout all that land. Right before this passage begins, Jesus has called Matthew to be one of his disciples. Matthew was a tax collector, which put him just above the Samaritans in his community's eyes. But Jesus wants Matthew to be one of his disciples. Perhaps the fact that he is not a fisherman, but a townsperson, is one of the reasons Jesus calls him in. Jesus is widening his net. He is bringing different kinds of people to work together. Is this the reason that the official has the courage to come before Jesus and ask for his help? Notice that the official knelt down in front of Jesus when he asked Jesus to help his daughter. Does an official kneel in front of a commoner? Does an official ask a commoner to help him? Not in ordinary times. But Jesus among us was not an ordinary time. Also, the official does not ask Jesus to heal his daughter. He says, "Come, lay your hand on her and she will live." The official believes in every fiber of his being that Jesus' touch will make his daughter live. And as the group walks to the official's house, a woman suffering from a terrible condition thinks to herself, "If I only touch a tassel on his cloak, I will be healed." Notice, she is the one who reaches out her hand and touches Jesus' tassel. She does not ask Jesus, but firmly believes that he can heal her. It is her faith, as Jesus very clearly points out, that has saved her. And then Jesus arrives at the official's house. He clears away all the unbelievers, and then he came and took her by the hand, and the little girl arose. How beautiful is that sentence? By taking her hand, the love and the power that is God can transcend even the hold of death. Hands are important. When we extend a hand, we are reaching out to offer and to accept at the same time. Think of all the things that hands do every single day. Jesus knows the power of hands. Think about all of the times he teaches us to use our hands for good, not to do harm. Hands will torture him and nail him to a cross. Hands will clean his body and lay him in a tomb. His hand will be inspected by his very followers when he rises from the dead and appears among them. Let us use our hands today to do good, to help others, to reach out in love.